A millionaire businessman saw a poor child shining shoes on the street and immediately called his secretary. What he said on that phone call changed the boy's life forever. Before we reveal what happened, let us know in the comments which city you're watching from. And give this story a rating from 0 to 10 at the end. 8-year-old Diego Ramirez was shivering in Chicago's freezing November cold. His little hands were so frozen that he could barely hold his shoe shine brush. His fingers were cracked, his nails had turned purple, but he never complained. At the corner of Michigan Avenue and State Street, he had set up his shoe shine stand, the only inheritance his father had left him 3 months ago. That old, worn-out box was the same one his father Carlos had sweated over for 15 years, trying to support his family. Every morning, Diego woke up at 5:30 a.m. His first task was to prepare breakfast for his pregnant mother. Sofia no longer had the strength to stand up. 7 months pregnant, high blood pressure, constant pain. Diego's heart broke every time he heard his mother's groans. "Mio, don't worry," Sofia would say, trying to hide her tears. "I'm fine, you just be careful." "Mom, I'm going to take you to the doctor," Diego would say in his small voice. "I'm saving money. Soon we'll have a new doctor, new medicine. Everything will be okay." Sofia would stroke her son's hair and hide her tears. Her 8-year-old child was trying to treat her. What kind of pain was this? Diego repeated the same routine every morning. He would prepare breakfast for his mother, bring her medications, say, "Mom, I'm leaving. I'll bring lots of money tonight," and kiss his mother's forehead. Sofia would say, "Mio, be very careful. Papa is protecting you." When he went out to the street, Diego would look at his father's photo, the only photo he carried in his wallet, Carlos Ramirez, smiling while holding Diego in his arms. On the back of the photo, Carlos had written, "Mi hijo fuerte, my strong son." "Papa, I'll work hard today too," Diego would whisper. "Mom is sick, baby is coming. Give me strength." 3 months ago, on that terrible day, Diego was at school. He was in math class learning multiplication, his favorite subject. His teacher, Mrs. Johnson, had said Diego is a very smart child. Diego wanted to run home and give this good news to his father, but when he got home, there was an ambulance. Neighbors were crying. Sofia was on a hospital stretcher, screaming, "Carlos! Carlos, where's Carlos?" Diego was trembling in neighbor Mrs. Martinez's arms. "Diego mio, your papa. Your papa will watch you from heaven now." "No," Diego had screamed. "Papa is working. He comes every evening." But Carlos would never come. While working at Harrison Construction Company on the 47th floor, his safety harness broke and Carlos fell 15 meters to his death. Diego's father, his strong father, the father who hugged him every evening, was gone. At the funeral, Diego didn't shed a single tear. He was in shock. "Papa is sleeping," he kept saying. "I'll wake him up tomorrow." Sofia cried even more seeing her child in this state. "Diego mio, Papa is protecting us from heaven now." "No, Mom." "Papa is here. I can hear him." That night Diego lay in his father's bed. He tried to smell Carlos's scent. The pillow still had his father's hair cream smell. Diego hugged that pillow and cried. For the first time he cried. Silently for hours. 1 week after Carlos's funeral, landlord Mr. Johnson came. "Sofia, rent is 2 months late. How will you pay without Carlos?" Sofia cried, "Please give us time. I'll work." "You're pregnant, Sofia. Who will hire you?" 2 weeks. That night Diego went to his mother. "Mom, I'll work." "Diego, you're a child." "No, Mom, I'm big now. Papa told me to be strong." The next morning Diego took his father's shoe shine box. When he opened it, he saw his father's handwriting, Carlos's box. One day Diego's eyes filled with tears. Papa had prepared him for this. The first day was terrible. Diego didn't know how to shine shoes. The first customer came, he ruined the shoes. The man angrily said, "What kind of work is this? You're just a child. Go play." Diego started crying, but he continued. The second customer, the third one, also went badly. That day, he only earned $8. When he went home, Sofia asked, "How was it, Mio?" Diego lied. Very good, Mom. I earned $20. Actually, to not upset Sofia, he gave $8 but kept 12. That night, Diego cried looking at his father's photo. Papa, I couldn't do it. It's too hard. How did you do it? As if Carlos was answering. Patience, Mio. Everything is learned with time. In the second week, Diego started learning by watching YouTube videos. The library had free internet. Every evening he watched videos for 1 hour, taking notes. In his father's old notebook, he took notes under leather types, paint varieties, customer relations. The old shoe shiner Manuel on the street noticed Diego. Niño, you're new. Come, let me teach you something. Manuel taught Diego. Primero, siempre sonríe. Always smile. Segundo, habla con respeto. Speak with respect. Tercero, has been to trabajo. Do your job well. Diego noted every advice from Manuel. Manuel showed him shoe shining techniques. Mira niño, así. Look, child, do it like this. In the third week, Diego started earning $25 to $30 daily. For the first time, he felt hopeful. Mom, look, I'm saving money. He shouted with joy. Sofia hugged her son and cried. Mio, are you an angel? How can you be so strong at this age? Mom, Papa gives me strength. I feel him. Diego really felt his father. In difficult moments, Carlos seemed beside him. Vamos, Mio. Ti puedes. Come on, son. You can do it. The wind would whisper. Robert Sterling was the CEO of Sterling Industries. At 42, he had built a $400 million empire by expanding his father's company. He had the same routine every morning. Mercedes Maybach, S-Class to the office. Chauffeur James opening the door. Robert walking to Sterling Tower in his $3,000 Armani suit and handmade Italian shoes. That Monday morning, Robert was in a hurry. He had a video conference with Tokyo. Just as he turned the corner, his shoelace came untied. He stopped and bent down. At that moment, he heard a small voice. Sir, can I help you? When Robert looked up, he saw Diego. In the child's eyes was something he had never seen before, pure hope. Diego was shivering from cold but never stopped smiling. His hands were calloused, his fingers purple, but there was life in his eyes. Let me tie your shoelace, sir. Free, said Diego. Robert heard someone offer him something for free for the first time in his life. Everyone always wanted something from him. Okay, son, he said curiously. As Diego bent down and tied the shoelace, he started talking. Sir, you have very beautiful shoes, Berluti brand, right? Venezia leather, handmade. These shoes are worth at least $2,500. Very quality leather, will last 15 years. Robert was shocked. How could this 8-year-old child know his shoes' brand, leather type, and value? How do you know this? He asked, amazed. Diego's eyes filled with tears. My father was a shoe repairman, sir. For 15 years he saw all kinds of leather. He taught me everything. How to recognize quality leather, which brand lasts how long, everything. Where is your father now? Diego's voice quieted. Papa died, sir, 3 months ago. Construction accident. Robert's heart ached. This child's speaking style, knowledge, was far beyond his age. What's your name, son? Diego Ramirez, sir. Diego, why aren't you going to school? Diego's face darkened. Mom is sick, sir. Baby is coming. I support my family. School is expensive. Robert was fascinated. Diego, how much money did you earn today? None yet, sir. You're my first customer. But yesterday I earned $28. Good day. Robert took out his wallet and gave a $100 bill. This is for you, Diego. Diego's eyes opened wide. His hands trembled. Sir, this is too much. I just tied your shoelace. Diego, you're a very special child. You deserve this money. As Diego took the money, his eyes filled with tears. Thank you, sir. Mom will be so happy. We can buy her medicine today. Robert's heart broke. This child was happy because with $100 he could buy his mother's medicine. That day at the office, Robert couldn't concentrate on any meetings thinking about Diego. When he returned to his luxury mansion in the evening, he found his wife Victoria and 8-year-old daughter Emily at dinner. Victoria, 38, was a former socialite beauty. Her father was an oil billionaire. She had never endured hardship in her life. Everything she wanted happened instantly. Robert, why are you distracted today? Victoria asked. Victoria, I met a very interesting child today. 8 years old, shining shoes on the street. His father died, he's supporting his pregnant mother. Emily asked curiously, Dad, really? That child must be very sad. Victoria said indifferently, Robert, are you dealing with street children again? This is not your problem. This is different, Victoria. This child is very smart. He knew my shoes' brand, value, leather type. Emily excitedly said, Dad, can you bring him to our house? He can play with me. Victoria said sternly, Emily, don't say such things. That child is not from our class. Robert looked at his daughter. There was curiosity in Emily's eyes. Emily, maybe one day I can introduce you. That night Robert thought in bed. When he was Emily's age, what was his father teaching him? Golf, tennis, French. But he never taught survival struggle. This child named Diego was carrying adult responsibility at age 8. The next week, Robert took Emily after school to Diego's corner. Emily looked like a perfect princess in her blue school uniform, golden hair, and innocent face. Emily, this is the child I told you about. Diego, meet my daughter Emily. Diego was mesmerized the moment he saw Emily. He had never seen such a beautiful, clean, perfect girl in his life. Next to Emily, he felt very poor. The girl's clean dress, shiny shoes, well-groomed hair. While he wore his worn coat, had calloused hands, his face red from cold. Emily looked at Diego with compassion. Hello, Diego. Dad told me a lot about you. You're a very brave child. Diego blushed. Hello, Emily. Your father is a very good person. Diego, do you really work here? You're my age, Emily asked. Robert explained the situation. Emily's eyes filled with tears. Diego, I'm so sorry. Living without a father must be very hard. I can't even breathe without my father. Diego was ashamed. Thinking of Emily's luxurious life made him feel very small. It's okay, Emily. I'm strong. Papa gives me strength. Emily took out a drawing from her bag. Rainbow sun, happy family. Diego, this is my gift to you. I drew a rainbow. Dad says rainbow is the symbol of hope. Let this be hope for you. Diego's hands trembled as he took the drawing. It was the most valuable gift he had ever received. Emily hadn't just given him a drawing. She had given him hope. Thank you, Emily. This is very, very beautiful. I'll keep this forever. Diego, do you know how to read? Emily asked. Yes, my father taught me. I love reading very much, but I don't have books anymore. Emily was sad. Then I'll give you some of my books. I have hundreds of books at home. Robert gave Diego $200 that day and made a promise. Diego, you're a very smart child. Maybe I can help you return to school. Diego's heart stopped. Going to the same school as Emily? This was like a dream. Really, Mr. Sterling? Can I study at the same school as Emily? Emily excitedly said, Dad, please. Diego is very smart. He'll be my friend. Maybe Diego. St. Catherine is a very good school. I'll think about it. Diego ran home with his eyes shining. Emily. Emily had given him hope. Maybe his life would change. The next day, Emily came to Diego's corner without her father. Chauffeur George had dropped her off and was waiting. Diego! Emily shouted. Diego was surprised. Emily, how did you come alone? I have a surprise for you. Emily handed over a big bag. Inside were 20 books. I brought these for you. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, The Little Prince, Heidi. They're all very beautiful. Diego's eyes filled with tears. Emily, this is too much. I can't take these. Diego, these are gifts. Friends give gifts to each other. That word pierced Diego's heart. Friend. Emily considered him a friend. Emily, are you an angel? Diego asked. Emily smiled. No, I'm just Emily. You're my friend too. That day Diego realized he was in love with Emily for the first time. He was 8 years old, but his heart was beating for Emily. In the evening, examining the books at home, Diego had dreams. Maybe one day he would marry Emily, maybe he would become rich. Maybe Emily would say, Diego, I love you. Sophia was happy seeing her son's happiness. Mio, this girl treats you very well. Mom, Emily's an angel. She's my friend. Diego, that girl is very rich. If you work hard, maybe one day. Diego completed his mother's sentence. Maybe one day I'll become rich too, right, Mom? Yes, Mio, you're very smart. You can do anything. 1 month later, Robert gave Diego the biggest news. That Monday morning when he came to the corner, he was very serious. Diego, I want to talk to you about a very important matter. I've decided to enroll you at St. Catherine Academy. Diego's world spun. His heart was beating so fast he couldn't breathe. Really, Mr. Sterling? Will I be in the same class as Emily? Yes, Diego. But this is a very expensive school. $30,000 annually. I'll cover this, but I have one condition. What, sir? I'll do anything. Anything. You'll work very hard. You'll be the best student. You'll value your education as much as you value me, Emily, and your mother's baby. Diego said with tears, I promise, Mr. Sterling. I'll be the most hard-working student. I'll never embarrass you. Robert held Diego by the shoulders. Diego, you already make me proud. Now go, give the good news to your mother. Diego burst from his corner, didn't even take his shoe shine box. He ran home. He climbed the stairs 3 at a time. Mom! Mom! Good news! The biggest news, Sophia was in the kitchen, barely standing. What happened, Mio? Mr. Sterling is sending me to school. The best school. I'll be in the same class as Emily. I'll become a doctor, Mom. I'll treat you. Sophia hugged her son while both cried. Mio, are you an angel? How is this possible? Mom, Papa is protecting us from heaven. He sent Mr. Sterling to us. That night, Diego dreamed looking at the rainbow picture Emily had given him. He would be in the same class as Emily, study together, maybe one day. Confess his love to Emily. Sophia also cried watching her son's happiness. Carlos, you really are protecting our son. Thank you. But happiness didn't last long. Victoria Sterling went crazy when she heard her husband was dealing with that street child. That evening when Robert came home, Victoria was waiting for him. Robert, have you lost your mind? Are you sending that dirty street child to the same school as our daughter? Victoria, Diego is a very smart child. Helping him is the right thing to do. The right thing? Victoria's voice was rising. Robert, we're buying prestige, not charity. That child will negatively affect Emily. He'll lower her class, her culture. Victoria, you're very prejudiced. Diego is a very good child. Good? Victoria's eyes were blazing. Robert, that child is in love with Emily. Don't you see how he looks at her? When they grow up, he'll try to influence Emily. He'll go after our money. Victoria was actually right. Diego really was in love with Emily. But no one had noticed this. Only Victoria's sharp eyes had caught it. Victoria, they're only 8 years old. Robert, how naive you are. That child has already enchanted Emily. He'll infiltrate our family using her. Then he'll go after our money. Do you want to see Emily marry that street child in 20 years? Victoria screamed, cried, threatened for hours. Robert, either you give up that child or I leave this house and take Emily. Robert's resistance broke. He couldn't risk losing his wife. Okay, Victoria, maybe you're right. Maybe I made this decision too hastily. The next day, Robert came to Diego's corner with great anxiety in his heart. He hadn't slept all night. Diego ran when he saw Robert. His eyes were sparkling. Mr. Sterling, when does school start? Mom is so happy. I'm very excited. When will we tell Emily? Robert's face was like stone. This demeanor scared Diego. Diego, I want to talk to you. Yes, sir? When will we buy the school uniform? Robert's heart was breaking. Diego, I'm sorry. I had to change plans. I won't be able to send you to school. Diego's world collapsed, as if someone had stabbed him in the chest. He couldn't breathe. But you promised me. I would work very hard. What will Emily say? What will Mom say? Emily doesn't know about this, and she won't. You won't tell her about this. Diego's tears were flowing. Why, Mr. Sterling? Did I do something wrong? Did I embarrass you? Did I ask for money? I never asked for money. Robert hung his head in shame. His heart was breaking, but he couldn't withstand Victoria's pressure. No, Diego, you did nothing wrong. I just made this decision too hastily. Please, Mr. Sterling, Diego was crying and begging. I won't cause you any trouble. I'll work very hard. I'll be the best in class. I won't bother Emily. I'm sorry, Diego. My decision is final. Robert left $500 and left. Diego felt even worse seeing that money. Money couldn't replace his dreams, his hope. That day, Diego cried alone at his corner. Customers came, but Diego didn't see anyone. The rainbow picture was in his pocket. He took it out and looked. Emily's innocent face appeared before his eyes. Emily, I disappointed you, he sobbed. When he went home that evening, he couldn't tell Sophia the truth. He didn't want to see his mother's happy face disappointed. Sophia was waiting for him at the door, her eyes sparkling. Mio, when does school start? I bought you new clothes. Sophia had a small bag in her hand. Inside was a cheap but clean shirt she had bought for Diego with her last money. Diego's heart broke. Mom, school is postponed. But it will happen. Don't worry. When, Mio? Soon, Mom, soon. Sophia was suspicious. Diego, is there a problem? Have you been crying? No, Mom. I'm just tired. I worked a lot today. That night, Diego cried alone in his room. He looked at his father's photo. Papa, I couldn't do it. I couldn't make Mom happy. I lost Emily. I'm not your strong son. As if Carlos was standing beside him. Mio, you're strong. This is just a test. Don't give up. But Diego was very tired. He was 8 years old but felt like 80. The next week, Emily came with her father. She ran when she saw Diego. Diego, Dad told me you'd start school soon. When do you start? I'm very excited. Diego's heart broke looking at Emily's innocent face. How could he tell this angel the truth? Emily, I won't go to school. Emily's face changed. Why? Is there a problem? Did Dad say something? Robert was watching from a distance. Diego courageously said, I don't have money, Emily. I'm a poor child. I can't go to your school. You're like a princess. I'm a street child. Emily's eyes filled with tears. Her father had promised Diego. Dad, she shouted, you were going to help Diego. Robert approached shamefully. Emily, we'll discuss this at home. No, Emily was angry. Dad, you promised Diego. Why aren't you keeping your word? This isn't fair. Diego is smarter than me. He deserves to go to that school. Emily, be quiet. We'll discuss this at home, Emily said, crying. I don't want to lose Diego. Diego was both happy and more in love seeing Emily fight for him, but at the same time he was very sad. Emily was suffering because of him. Emily, it's okay, Diego said, trying to appear strong. I'm strong. I'll find another way. I'm happy that you're my friend. Emily hugged Diego tightly. I won't forget you, Diego. You're very special. You're my best friend. Robert forcibly pulled his daughter away. Come on, Emily, we're leaving. Emily looked at Diego one last time, her eyes teary. Diego, I'll always remember you. Maybe one day. But she couldn't complete her sentence because her father pulled her away. Diego watched them leave. Emily's blonde hair was shining in the sun. Was this the last meeting? Would he never see Emily again? Days passed, but nothing was the same. Diego continued working, but the hope inside him had died. House rent started being late. Landlord Mr. Johnson came every day asking, Where's your money? Sophia, how will you pay for this house without Carlos? I'm also a businessman. I don't do charity. Sophia's condition was also getting worse. The doctor had said urgent bed rest, but there was no one else to do household chores. Since Diego wasn't going to school, he started working mornings too. Diego was now working 14 hours a day. From 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. shining shoes, then going to nearby El Corazon restaurant to wash dishes. An 8-year-old child was carrying an adult man's responsibility. One Thursday evening when he went home, he found a terrible scene. Sophia was lying on the floor, unconscious. There was blood on the floor. Neighbor Mrs. Martinez had called an ambulance. Diego Mio, your mother is very bad. Baby is coming early. In the ambulance, Diego was holding his mother's hand. Mom, please don't leave me. What would I do without you? Sophia was trying to open her eyes. Mio, you're strong. Papa is protecting you. At the hospital, the doctor gave Diego this terrible news. Son, your mother needs emergency surgery for the baby. Cesarean birth. $12,000. Now. Diego's world spun. He had a total of $680. Doctor, sir, please. I'll find the money. Just give me time. Sorry, child. Hospital rules are like this. No money, no surgery. But doctor, sir, will my mother die? The doctor's heart ached looking at Diego's innocent face. Son, your mother and baby are in danger. Without money, there's nothing we can do. Diego was crying desperately in the hospital corridor. Papa, where are you? Please help us. Don't let Mom die. Don't let baby die. At that time, Emily was having a big argument with her father at home. Robert's not helping Diego had upset her very much. That evening at the dinner table, it exploded. Dad, you're a bad person. You promised Diego, Victoria intervened. Emily, forget everything about that street child. He's not our level. No, Mom. Diego is my friend. He's a very good person. You don't know him at all. Emily went to her room and made a big decision. She opened her piggy bank. Inside was $3,500. She never spent money from birthdays, Christmas, good report cards. She always saved. I'll find Diego, she said determinedly to herself. The next day after school, Emily lied to chauffeur George. George, Dad is waiting for me downtown. George took Emily to Michigan Avenue. Emily came to Diego's corner, but Diego wasn't there. She asked other street vendors, Do you know Diego, the little child who shines shoes? Old Manuel said, Pequega Diego. He's at the hospital. Madre está muy enferma. Mother is very sick. Bibi vin. Baby is coming. Child is very sad. Dinero no teen. He has no money. Emily's heart raced as she asked which hospital. Chicago General Hospital, Nina. Emily went to the hospital by taxi. The hospital was big and scary. Emily started looking for Diego. She wandered the corridors, asked nurses. Finally, she found him on the 3rd floor, crying on a chair. Diego looked so battered that Emily's heart ached. Diego! Diego couldn't believe it when he saw Emily. Was he dreaming? Emily, what are you doing here? This is very far. Your family will be very angry. Emily ran and hugged Diego. She saw Diego's tears. I was looking for you. What's happening? Why are you crying? Diego told the situation with tears. My mom is dying, Emily. Baby is coming, but doctor wants $12,000. I only have $680. Mom will die, Emily. Baby will die too. Emily immediately took money from her bag without thinking. Diego, I have $3,500. Take this. Diego was surprised. Emily, this is your money. I can't take it. You saved this. Diego, you're my best friend. Friends help each other. Money isn't for saving, it's for using in important times. Diego kissed Emily, saying, Are you an angel, Emily? Are you real? Emily smiled. I'm real, Diego, and you're not alone. But $4,180 still wasn't enough. They needed $7,820 more. Emily was determined. Diego, I'm calling my dad. No, Emily. Your dad will be very angry. You'll get in trouble. I don't care, Diego. You're my friend. Emily called her father. Her voice was determined but trembling. Dad, I'm at the hospital. I'm with Diego. Come here immediately. Robert went crazy. Emily, what are you doing there? Come home immediately. I'm sending George. Dad, you need to help Diego's mother. We need $7,820 more. If you don't give it, I'll never come home. Emily, have you lost your mind? Get out of there immediately. No, Dad, Diego's mother is dying. Baby is dying. You can save a person's life. Emily had never spoken so determinedly. Robert came to the hospital anxiously. When he saw Emily, he was both angry and worried. Emily, how could you be here? Did you come by taxi? This is very dangerous. Emily was standing next to Diego, holding his hand. Dad, if you don't help Diego, I'll never forgive you. Robert looked at Diego. The child was so hopeless, so tired that Robert's heart ached. He had broken his promise to this child, crushed his hope. Now his mother was fighting for life and death. Diego, how is your mother's condition? Robert asked softly. Very bad, Mr. Sterling. Baby is coming early. Doctor won't operate without money. Mom will die. Emily held her father's hand. Dad, please. You're a good person, I know. You can save both Diego and his mother. Robert experienced a great conscience reckoning at that moment. Would he abandon an innocent child and his mother to death because of Victoria's prejudices? Could he bear the disappointment in his daughter's eyes? Diego, Robert said, I want your mother to get the best care. Diego couldn't believe it. Really, Mr. Sterling? Robert called the hospital director. I'm Robert Sterling, CEO of Sterling Industries. I'll cover all expenses for this child's mother. I want the best doctors. I want the best room. VIP care. Money is no problem. Diego was crying with joy. Emily was also jumping with happiness. Dad, you're wonderful. Sophia's surgery was successful. After 6 difficult hours of operation, a healthy baby girl was born. They named her Isabella. While Diego was waiting outside the operating room, Robert came. Diego, I want to talk to you. Yes, sir? Diego, I did you a great injustice. I promised you, but didn't keep it. I couldn't withstand my wife's pressure. I'm very sorry for this. Diego was surprised. He hadn't expected such a powerful man to apologize. Mr. Sterling, you already helped me a lot. Mom is alive, baby is healthy. No, Diego, I'll do more. I won't just enroll you at St. Catherine, I'll give you a full scholarship. Your entire education through university will be my responsibility. And I'll find a new house for your family. 3 bedrooms, big garden. I'll pay the rent. Diego's eyes filled with tears. But Mr. Sterling, your wife will be very angry. Robert was determined. Diego, I'll handle Victoria. This is my decision now. You're like my son. Emily also came. Diego, how is your mom? How is the baby? Both are very good, Emily. Baby's name is Isabella. And your dad is giving us a new house. Emily said with joy. So we'll be in the same class now. Yes, Emily. But Emily, you saved my life. Without you, Mom would have died. Emily hugged Diego. Diego, you're my best friend. Friends protect each other. Diego started St. Catherine Academy, very excited, but also scared. Emily took him to class. Friends, this is Diego, my best friend. Some children in class received Diego coldly. They knew he was poor, that he used to work on the street. But Diego didn't care. On his first math exam, Diego got full marks. Teacher Miss Johnson was surprised. Diego, you're really very talented. Emily said proudly, I said so too. Diego studied with Emily every day. While Emily struggled with math, Diego helped her. Diego, you're much smarter than me, Emily would say. No, Emily, you're smart too. You just need to practice a bit more. Years passed. Diego and Emily grew up together. Diego was always the best student in class. Emily also improved a lot thanks to Diego. When they were 13, Diego realized his feelings for Emily had grown deeper. Emily was also starting to see Diego differently. One day, Emily asked, Diego, do you ever think about the future? Every day, Emily. I think about becoming successful, making my family proud, and maybe what? Diego looked into Emily's eyes. Maybe being worthy of someone very special. Emily blushed. She understood what Diego meant. In high school, Diego was accepted to Harvard. Emily was accepted to Princeton. Both were very successful but would be separated. On graduation night, Diego took Emily to their special place, the corner where they first met. Emily, this place changed my life. You came here like an angel and gave me hope. Diego knelt down and took out a simple ring. Emily Sterling, will you marry me? I know we're young, but I've loved you since I was 8 years old. Emily's eyes filled with tears. Diego, yes. 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 Filled with eyes, filled with tears. Diego, yes. But what about my mother? We'll face everything together. I love you, Emily. They kissed under the streetlight where they first met. During university, Diego and Emily saw each other every weekend. Diego studied business at Harvard while Emily studied art at Princeton. Diego graduated summa cum laude and started his own company. By age 25, he was a millionaire. But he never forgot where he came from. He established the Carlos Ramirez Foundation to help street children get education. When Diego was 26 and Emily 26, they had a beautiful wedding. Even Victoria had come to accept Diego as family. Robert, Victoria said, "You were right about Diego. He truly loves Emily." At the wedding, Diego spoke to Emily. "You saved my life when I was 8 years old. You gave me hope when I had none. Today I promise to love you forever." Emily replied, "You taught me what real love means. You're my hero." Robert gave a speech. "Diego, you started as the son I never had. Today you become the son I always wanted." Sophia, now a proud grandmother, watched her son with tears of joy. "Carlos," she whispered to heaven, "our son made it. You protected him." 5 years later, Diego and Emily had 2 children, Carlos Jr., named after Diego's father, and Sofia, named after Diego's mother. Every year on his father's death anniversary, Diego returned to that corner. Now he brought his children. "This is where your grandfather's spirit guided me to meet your mother," he told them. "This is where miracles begin." Diego's foundation had helped over 1,000 children get education. Many of them were now doctors, lawyers, teachers, all because someone believed in them. "Papa," little Carlos asked, "why do you help so many children?" "Because, Mio, someone once helped me when I needed it most. Now it's our turn to help others." Emily smiled, watching her husband with their children. "You know what the most beautiful part is?" she said. "That little boy's shining shoes grew up to shine the world." Diego kissed his wife. "No, Emily. The most beautiful part is that an angel named Emily gave hope to a desperate child. Everything beautiful in my life started with your kindness." As the sun set over Chicago, Diego looked up at the sky. "Thank you, Papa. You kept your promise. You protected us." And somewhere in heaven, Carlos Ramirez smiled, knowing his son had not only survived but had learned the most important lesson of all, that love and kindness can change everything. The shoe shine box now sits in Diego's office, encased in glass with a plaque that reads, "Where it all began. From Carlos to Diego with love." Today, Diego Ramirez is the CEO of Ramirez Industries, worth over $500 million. But every morning, he still looks at his father's photo and whispers, "Thank you for making me strong, Papa." Emily is now a renowned art curator, and together they've created an empire built not just on money, but on the values of kindness, hard work, and never forgetting where you came from. Their love story, from an 8-year-old shoeshine boy and a privileged little girl to a power couple changing the world, proves that real love knows no boundaries. And in Chicago, on that same corner where it all began, there's now a small plaque that reads, "Miracles happen here. Believe in hope." The Diego and Emily Ramirez Foundation. Which part of this story touched you the most? Diego's struggle, Emily's courage, or Robert's transformation? Rate this story from 0 to 10 and tell us which city you're watching from. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more inspiring stories that prove love can conquer all.